I can remember going to the Central Fire Station at 7th Sylvania in St. Joe. I couldn't have been real old. My mom would take us to the Dairy Queen, and then we'd go up to visit my dad. And the highlight of that was waiting for him to come down the pole. And he'd come whizzing down that pole, and we always thought that was cool. I saw him at a couple fires, back in the day where they didn't have air packs. And, little kid, my dad came out of the, black smoke, and his eyes, he looked like the devil. I didn't really think that was what I wanted to do. Once I got out of the Marine Corps, I enrolled in college, taking basic classes. My brother Pat was a paramedic at the time at St. Joe. The paramedics were based out of the emergency room or the hospital there. And Pat talked me into, or suggested, you ought to take that. Whatever the course was, I took it and I started working at the hospital. I did that for 4 years off and on. MedAct was hiring and Overland Park was hiring. And I was a paramedic, so I assumed the MedAct deal would be a better fit for me. And at the time, I didn't care, I'll take either one. So I came down for the fire department interview. Actually myself, my younger brother Jim, and another good friend of mine came down, all interviewed. We sat in front of Francis Heimberger and Herb Fiddick, Phil French, names that, the people who are watching this don't have any idea who we're talking about. And they just asked you a few questions. I don't even remember what they were. And that next week they called you and said, yeah, we'd like to have you come down here. So I started with the fire department. 1978, January 1st, that's 36 years ago. My oldest brother, Ronnie, was on the police department here at the time. He was just about ready to retire. He retired in 1981. He was friends with Brookard. I guess you call it friends. I don't know what they were, they were, it was kind of uncomfortable for me when I came here, I can tell you that. Because I looked at Chief Brookard as the, I'm a 22-year-old guy and he's like this, hero. And Ronnie would always call him Jimmy Baby and stuff. I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get fired or something. There were 6 of us hired at that time. John Gilmore, Bill Metcalf, some of the other guys, Dale Box. And we were all hired specifically to run on an ambulance. That was kind of, the guys said, we need somebody to run that damn ambulance so we don't have to do it. The ambulance wasn't what it is today, to say the least. I mean, it was load and go type stuff, resuscitator calls, and I stayed on the ambulance for 6 years. Finally, the chief asked me, do you want off the ambulance? And I said, well, I'll do whatever I'm good with whatever you say. They took me off, and my career as a firefighter kind of began then. I used to always get in trouble because we would, I was lieutenant on the truck, and anytime we get a call, wherever it was, it could be clear at the other end of the city, somehow or another I was in the right place at the right time. And we'd make the call. We wanted to be part of what was going on. I think that's human nature. Everybody wants to be there and be the guy that fixes it, But it got to be a habit with me and got caught a couple times, responding from 91st and Metcalf when Chief Dennis Myers was setting at the intersection of 111th and, we were, in other words, we would make it sound better so that we could get in there. We're sitting here, can you send us? Yeah, we'll send you. That was before AVL and all that, so no one knew. Chief McGee would, I can't tell you how many times he would yell at me when I finally did make captain, and I would pick up a nozzle in the yard or something, and he would say, "That's not your job anymore, put that down." As a matter of fact, when he told me, "You're gonna be the captain at Station 2 Saturday," well, somebody off? No, forever. And at that moment, I felt like saying, I don't want to do it. No. But how could I? I did it. And it grows on you. The idea is to progress through the ranks, and there was a day and time today, and I'm glad I'm a captain and not riding backwards, because I can't keep up with the likes of the 21-year-old anymore. There was a day that I thought I could, but I can't do that anymore. I'll come in the morning, "Who's in charge here?" And they'll all scream, "You are, Gunny." Damn right. 99% of the time, we had fun. It was fun, and that's the way I wanted it to be. Walked in the door every day with a smile on my face. I never brought anything, tried not to bring anything from home, and I tried not to take anything from here to home. I love everyone here. I mean, everyone. And that's not just something I'm saying for the camera. I love everybody here. All the people that have been on these shifts, they've been my brothers or sisters. I always tell people outside of this area, because I grew up in St. Joe, that if you're ever going to get hurt or have any kind of need 911, you better hope it's in Overland Park, because it's the very best of the best. We hire the best of the best, and that's what makes the job enjoyable. If I was here with a bunch of rum-dums, I'd been gone a long time ago. I'm the last one of my immediate family to retire from either the police or fire service. There's 180 years of civil service between my oldest brother and my youngest brother. My goal was to stay as long as I could, as long as I enjoyed what I was doing, and get out of here standing up. The people make that hard. Because of these people, I don't want to leave. Because of the calls that we run, I don't want to leave. But monetarily, mentally, physically, it's time for me to go. I'll never forget anybody here. My deathbed, I'll remember this job. I've been here over half my life, if you look at it that way. And these people, I don't know how I'm going to handle that, not coming into work. I've taken a vacation and been gone a tour or been whatever, but there's always that, well, I'm going back, but it's not going to happen anymore. Does it bother me? I don't know, it hasn't hit me yet. It just hasn't hit me. The advice I'd have for people that are here today, the people that are just starting out, is to prepare yourself for the day that I'm going through, to get ready for the end. It'll come here. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. That's the main thing. Take care of yourself first, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your family. I can count on one hand 5 times things I did that I should have been killed. Stuff that I did that I should have been killed. I learned from it, but I could have been one of those casualties on the 3rd one out. I've done crazy stuff, because I didn't think. I didn't step back and look. I wasn't in tune with what was going on around me. So, main thing is be in tune with what's going on around you. Know your people and take care of them, because they're the ones that are going to take care of you when the crap hits the fan. During my retirement deal at the training center, I plan on having my shift up with me, behind me on stage. They are representing all of you, the people that I've worked with over the years, the people that I've developed close relationships with. You know, that's why they're there. You know, I can't have everybody on the stage because I'd have to turn around to speak. So I really do truly love y'all. I want you to keep in touch with me. You know, don't ever forget me. I won't forget you. I could really care less about the circus itself, but I will miss the clowns. Meow. Meow. I've always had this thing with cats. I don't know what it's been. We had a fire down at 151st and Knoll many years back, and I took a bunch of pictures during the fire. And then I came back to the station and I photoshopped a black cat in every picture. I mean, there were guys running the deck gun, and I put a cat on the deal there next to the deck gun. And there was guys going up the ladder into the smoke, and I put a cat like going up the rungs. The roof's burning off, cat sitting in the gutter. I had a guy call me, and I won't mention your name, Jason, niece, but had a guy call me and said, "Did you realize that every picture you took, there's a cat in it?" I said, "Jason, dear God, really?" So this cat deal just carried on from that, you know. It wouldn't be the first time you'd hear me on the radio at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, when I hear another unit meowing at them. Meow! 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 Meow!